Hello and good evening, folks. We are live here from the RBC Center here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, as the Toronto Royals get ready to host the Chicago Lakers. Our one and only international, I should say, matchup here today as the Royals get ready to host the Lakers. We are ready at the center dot, and we are off and away. Folke Pekkanen for Chicago, able to get away with the draw. Chicago will come back up. He's hit by Johansson. Pekkanen behind the net. Out front, stopped. And Belotis will hold it there. So as we enter play right now, Toronto sitting at third in the conference behind Montreal and Calgary. Chicago sitting at the bottom of the American Division. Shot knocked away by Belotis. Bottom of the American Division with 0 points. They and Ottawa, the only two teams still left without a point in the regular season. Leif Olsen for Toronto. We'll get it up to Jeremiah. Looks like we're going to have either a hook or a slash behind the play. Jeremiah behind the net to Kawaguchi. Gets it out front. Thibault. Kawaguchi now to Alexanderson, and he shoots wide. Thibault up to Johansson, to Alexanderson. Down to Kawaguchi. He tries to get a shot off, and it'll be sticked away by Kovalchuk. He'll touch it. We're going to have interference, actually, and it'll be Semyon Kovalchuk taking the first penalty for the Lakers here tonight. Kovalchuk behind the play, just an unnecessary shot he gives there to Leif Olsen. So the second unit will start it out for the Royals here. Approaching 2 minutes gone here in the first. Johansson steps in. It's taken away by Alexander Metz. Chicago will fight for it, and it'll get up to Petrovic. He'll look to get it deep and can't. Johansson in for Toronto. He'll stop. Tries to center, and Metz picks it off. And then Johansson blows up Alexander Metz. Havlicek for Chicago. In. Shot. And it's stopped by Belotis. So Havlicek with good power and puck control, able to get it into the slot, into a scoring opportunity. Puts it on net, but unable to get it past Zigmar's Belotis. Still the second unit out there for Toronto. Lionel Thibault for Toronto. Try to get away with it. Gets it up to Marshall. Marshall will stop and continue. He'll lose it as he tries to cut towards the slot, and Chicago will flip it down. Thibault tries to center it, and it's taken away by Alex Mills, the Chicago Laker. And now Toronto up with it. Another sloppy stick play there. Sloppy pass by Mills. Not the cleanest start here by either team. A lot of missed passes, a lot of deflections in the middle. And flipped out, and Toronto will have to reset. It'll be now Cade Marshall in across the line. Stops. Center's own. It's poked away. Good defensive play there. Alex Mills for Chicago will get it out. 30 seconds just remaining on the power play for Toronto. Thibault up to Olsen. To Marshall. He'll glide across the line. Stays wide. Cuts back to the point. Tries to go down low. Olsen to Marshall. Marshall. He scores! Cade Marshall puts Toronto on the board 1-0. Just 3:36 into the first period. Set up there by Leif Olsen. A good give and go. So Toronto on the board early. This Lakers team that has struggled in the early season now finds themselves chasing the game again. Deontay Ellis gets the puck sticked away by Marshall. Pekkanen and Ellis fight for it there for the Lakers, and Ellis will come away with it. Kovalchuk pressed to the boards by Alexanderson. Johansson hit there by Ellis. Alexanderson now back with it behind the net. He'll get it up to Marshall. Marshall to Arvidsson. Walter Arvidsson cutting in. Staying wide with it to the corner. Shot! Marshall! And Hawk is able to hold on to it. Hawk didn't have it for a sec there. He was reaching down for it, didn't know where it was. But then he's able to get a glove over that and get the whistle. Fetisov against Sokolov in the face-off circle, and Sokolov for Chicago wins it away. Swisher behind the net. Abitangelo will get it away. He'll get it up to Sokolov. Sokolov hit there. Now back to Alexanderson, to Johansson. Allard will skate in for Toronto. He'll shoot. It'll be gloved down, and Hawk will keep playing going. Christian Skov up to Cade Swisher. Swisher loses it. Brent Cousins on his way in. He'll dump it in. Picked up there by Rome Abitangelo. Abitangelo stops. Had to retreat for a second. He gets it cross ice, and now Sokolov will retreat again. Chicago looking to get there. Shero will throw it in. Alexanderson, first one there for Toronto. He'll kick it behind his own net to Johansson. Johansson up to Fetisov. Fetisov pressed to the boards by Shero. Fetisov and Shero fight for it. Sokolov will come away with it. Penalty coming up here on Toronto. Sokolov to Swisher. Back to Draper at the point. Draper down to the corner to Sokolov. Ellis, Swisher. Ellis. Shot at Batangelo, and it's blocked down in front. Shero. Now Ellis in front. Ooh, and a good stop by Belotis. And it's behind him, but Belotis able to hold on to get the whistle. We're going to have an ear interference call against Demian Fetisov. I think they're going to say those shots he was applying in the corner went above what was necessary as the puck was away from the play. Yeah, Fetisov there on Shero. They're going to say as Sokolov came away with the puck, Shero wasn't in the play, and an illegal play there by Demian Fetisov. So Pekkanen against Costa here in the dot. Costa wins it back for Toronto. Bowman hit there by Mills. Bowman tries to get it out again, and now he will. As Leif Olsen will get to the red line and flip in. Tyrone Draper back for Chicago. They'll get it up to Mills. Mills sticked away, but gets into the zone. Still sticked away, this time again by Bowman. Metz out in front. Can't get a shot away. Pekkanen loses it there. Johansson for the Royals will flip it out. Alex Benedict behind the net. Benedict will get to the red line to Pekkanen. Pekkanen to Metz. Metz unable to do anything with it. Now it's in the slot. Metz and a good short shot. Oh my goodness. Short side shot. Easy enough for me to say. This action has already gone back down to the other end. Either way, Alex Mills in. Oh, and he's blown up by Johannes Johansson, and DJ Costa will pick it up for Toronto and flip it out. Tyrone Draper. In case you've never seen someone have a stroke on live TV, that's what happened there on that last attempt to say short side shot, I guess. Metz to Mills to Draper up top. Draper to Benedict. Mills down low. Pekkanen. He can't get the backhand away. Stopped by Belotis. Still there at the net front. Pekkanen with it. 15 seconds now left here on the power play. Mills in front to Metz. Stopped by Belotis, and Pekkanen comes in to get the rebound and stuff it by Zigmars Belotis. So good pressure by the Lakers as the Royals unable to get it cleared out. And so the power play goal for Folke Pekkanen makes it a 1-1 game here in Toronto. Cade Marshall away to Thibault. Thibault up to Marshall. Marshall staying wide. Cuts in, shot. Oh, and Skov able to pick up the rebound. So it was Arvidsson hunting that rebound there. Kovalchuk in for Chicago. He's stopped there. Thibault, Pekkanen. Ellis shot. Oh, and it's just gloved away by Belotis. Just gets a piece of it as it goes by him. Thibault. Pressed to the boards there by Skov. Ostergaard up to Arvidsson. Arvidsson loses it to Ellis. Ellis up to Pekkanen, the goal scorer recently for Chicago. They'll get it down to Svensson. Goodman Svensson. Over to Fetisov. Fetisov to Ostergaard. Ostergaard shot gloved by Hawk, and he will hold there. Fetisov against Sokolov in the dot. Sokolov wins it away. It'll be Swisher in the corner. It's up to Abbatangelo for Chicago to Shero. Shero now to Sokolov. Sokolov stopped there. Alexanderson. Again, these two defensemen for Toronto, they are going to play major minutes. They're both around 40 minutes a game. Incredible stamina and endurance from those two gentlemen. But I think if you're Toronto, you definitely would like to not put as much pressure on them and have some defenders be able to play a few more minutes for you. Draper up to Swisher. Swisher coming in. Johansson will back into him. Allard away for Toronto to Johansson. 7.5 minutes here left in the first period of action here in Toronto. The fourth game of our quintuple header here of PIHANA hockey. Cade Swisher still with it for Chicago. He's pestered there by Alexanderson. Fetisov tries to get it away, and it'll come to Tyrone Draper. Draper to Shero. He's pressed to the boards. That is Alexanderson with the hit there too. Johansson turns it over to Sokolov. Sokolov turns it over now to Johansson himself. Arvidsson up with it. He'll lose it there for a second, and Alexanderson swoops in for Toronto. Alexanderson tries to cut to the middle, and it's sticked away by Abbatangelo. Vitanzo hit hard by Alexanderson at the boards. Near the penalty box area, they fight for it. Arvidsson away with it for Toronto. He's got room. He shoots and scores! Walter Arvidsson able to get the puck cleanly, skate his way into the zone and into the slot. And he just buries it right by Ben Hawk to give Toronto a 2-1 lead here in the first. Face off now back at center ice, and Havlicek will come away with it for Chicago. He gets it to Metz. Metz will stop, try to get to the slot. Shot knocked down. Belotis, where is it? And he's got it. Looked like it was underneath his right pad. It was tipped out in front, so Belotis didn't really know where it was for a sec, but he's able to get his pad over it and stop play, get the stoppage there. Kawaguchi against Havlicek again. Havlicek wins it. Draper, shot, Metz. And that will be held by Belotis. Metz with a good, sharp angle shot. Why is that so much easier to say than short side shot? I don't know. Kawaguchi now again against Havlicek. And this time Kawaguchi comes away with it. Olsen loses it out in front to Metz, but Metz can't get a shot away. Sigurdsson up to Olsen. He's got Kawaguchi in the middle. Kawaguchi sticked away. You leave that as Slavic there. Havlicek now with the puck. Havlicek to the red line. Enters the zone. He's met by two Royals. Oh, and a trip there. They're going to get Boothman for the trip on Bowman. Just a trip there in the corner. So again, Toronto will head to the power play. They're going to go with their second unit again. 4:08 mark here of the first period. Olsen, tries to center, and Benedict picks that off. Good read by Alex Benedict. Attacking the puck carrier and able to get a stick to get that away and get it out of the zone. Thibault now for Toronto. Stretch pass up to Marshall. Marshall in, shot, and it's stopped by Hawk. Yeah, Ostergaard trying to fill that weak side, maybe for a backdoor goal, but the timing wasn't there. Marshall would have had to have stopped and allow more defenders to enter the play. So Marshall takes the shot, and it is unable to get by Ben Hawk. Puck one back to Thibault. Marshall down low. Costa shot. Stopped by Hawk. And it'll be Marshall behind his own net. Behind the net. Smirnatov blocks it out in front, and Kovalchuk will swoop in for Chicago to take it. Ostergaard to the front. Shot! And it's blockered away. Looked like that was Thibault who was coming in on the weak side for the slap shot. Final Thibault, first one back for Toronto. 3:16 left here in the first period. Marshall to Ostergaard. Ostergaard to Marshall in the slot. Marshall shot, and it's blocked away. It'll be Draper on it. He'll lose it to Costa there. Costa for Toronto, still pestered by Draper, and now it's picked off by Draper. Gross up to Kovalchuk. Semyon Kovalchuk, leading goal scorer for the Lakers. Loses it in front. Gross. Draper shot, and it's blocked away. Doesn't ever get to Belotis. Thibault up to Marshall. 30 seconds here left on the power play. Marshall loses it. Gross up to Havlicek. Gets it back to Gross. Mirko Gross gets it sticked away. Svensson will watch him there. Shot in front. Havlicek. Oh, and it's blocked away. Ooh, Mirko Gross with the shot just wide, shorthanded. So now Toronto will come up. It'll be Arvidsson up to Jeremiah. Jeremiah cutting wide. Kawaguchi fed it over to Arvidsson. Down to Jeremiah. Arvidsson gets it picked off. And that'll do it for the power play. So Chicago able to kill this one off and keep it just a one-goal game. Draper hit to the boards there. Johansson will enter the zone. He still has it. Kawaguchi to Jeremiah, and a stop by Hawk. Good post-to-post action there. Arvidsson, and a glove stop by Ben Hawk. So good pressure there. With a couple of shots for Toronto, they're unable to beat the Danish goaltender. So now Ellis and Kawaguchi will swoop into the face-off dot for a face-off. Kawaguchi wins it away. Thibault gets hit as he was trying to get the shot off. Kawaguchi fights for the puck. Gets it back to Olsen. Jeremiah on net. And Hawk will hold it. Jeremiah was hit as he was shooting that, so not much energy on the puck. As it slowly slides into Hawk, and he will just cover it up there. Fetisov will now take on Ellis. Fetisov wins it back. Down to Allard. Allard shot, stop, and they score! A rebound given up by Hawk, and it is Brent Cousins for the Toronto Royals. Set up by Allard and Svensson. So good face-off win by Fetisov. One back to Ed Svensson. He gets it to Allard in the slot. Allard shot off the pad of Hawk. And Brent Cousins crashing the net on the weak side, able to put it away. Down low, it'll be Thibault. Behind his own net, up to Allard. Wayne Allard will lose it. Fetisov up to Cousins. Cousins trying to get through, and Skov able to stick that one away. Christian Skov will float it in. And it'll be Goodman Svensson. Svensson over to Cousins. With 3 seconds left, Cousins loses it at center ice. Oh, and it's going to be a penalty to start the next period as Cousins tripped Pekkanen. And there's that final goal from Brent Cousins to make it a 3-1 game here after the first period here at the RBC Center in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be right back with you for the start of the second period. All right, folks, we are back with you here in Toronto. The Royals enter the second period with a 3-1 lead, but do also enter the period short-handed as Brent Cousins took a tripping penalty right at the end of the period. So Chicago down 2 goals, but on the power play hill, they'll lose the opening draw, and Johansson will flip it down. Alex Benedict for Chicago up to Kovalchuk. So clean ice, see if they're able to get some good passing in here to create a good opportunity for their power play. Allard will get it and flip it out. First one on it is Draper. Draper for Chicago off the boards, up to Ellis. Ellis speeds in, goes to the corner, behind the net to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk tries to get out in front and can't. Marshall, first one on it, he gets it out. And it gets by Benedict, so it will go the full 200 feet all the way down. Gross over to Benedict, to Ellis. Deontay Ellis to Draper. Oh, and Kovalchuk just with a good stop by Belotis there. Kovalchuk had a good opportunity down low. One-on-one with the goalie and unable to beat Ziggy Belotis. So Gross will fight there, back with it. Now Deontay Ellis, 40 seconds left here on the power play. Stops Kovalchuk down low, and he scores! Gets it right over the shoulder of Belotis this time, and beats the Latvian goaltender. So Semyon Kovalchuk, so power play goals on both their opportunities for the Lakers thus far makes it a 3-2 game as we're just less than a minute and a half in to the second period. Ellis will win it back to Slavic. Slavic will get it down low. Thibault, the first one on it for Toronto. He'll skate up. Picked off, Pekkanen. And he's tripped there. So Walter Arvidsson gonna head to the box with the trip on Pulke Pekkanen. Right there at center ice, pretty obvious call, I'd say. We'll get a second look. And right there at center ice. So Pekkanen draws 2 penalties. The one that started the period on Cousins. And now this one here. So Chicago, 2 of 2 on the power play so far. And they have an opportunity to go for 3 for 3 and tie the game against the Royals here in Toronto. Johansson up to Fetisov. Fetisov will flip it down. Abitangelo behind the net, gets it up to Mills. Mills across the red line, enters the zone. He'll stay wide, gets it to Abitangelo, shot and gloved by Belotis, and he'll hold. So Toronto, if they are able to win in regulation tonight, they will be tied with Calgary for second in the Canadian division, whereas Chicago will get back into a tightly compact America division as they're the only team without a point in the America division. Abitangelo back with it. They'll get it up to Mills. Mills pressed to the boards there. Good hit by Alexanderson. Metz to Skov. Skov will stop down low to Metz, and he can't get a shot away as Belotis is able to kick it to the corner. And Costa will get it out. 3 minutes gone here in the second period. From Abitangelo up to Mills. Mills now with it. He'll get to the blue line and lose it. Brent Cousins, the most recent goal scorer for Toronto. It'll be Christian Skav, first one on for the Lakers. Mills gets bodied there in the slot area. Metz into the zone, loses it. Svensson knocked it away, and Cousins able to pick it up. Back to Svensson, and he'll get it down. It'll be Abitangelo to Mills. Mills up to Pekkanen. Pekkanen sticked away there by Alexanderson. Oh, and a centering pass picked off by Brent Cousins. Might have been deflected by Alexanderson as well. So just 15 seconds left here on the power play. Mills up to Metz. He'll lose it. Metz now centers to Abitangelo. Abitangelo with room. Shot. Oh, and a good stop by Belotis. As he gets just enough of it to send it to the corner. Pekkanen behind the net. Up to Mills. Mills, it goes up and over Belotis. Mills now back in front. Skav. Abitangelo. Mills in the slot was on his backhand. Metz. Oh, and another glove stop by Belotis. Just tipped away. Out in front. Metz knocks it off Belotis. Pekkanen with it behind the net. Metz. Pekkanen. Good pressure here again by the Lakers. Pekkanen over to Skav. He'll get a low to Metz. Pekkanen on his backhand gets to his front hand, and a blocker stop by Belotis. And it just goes through the goal mouth. I don't know if it was poked on net by Metz cutting there, or if it was a Toronto Royal. Either way, it still stays out of the net, and we still have a 3-2 game. Over 5 minutes gone here in the second period. Abitangelo will get it up to Mills. Mills poked away. Right at the line there, and it'll be Walter Arvidsson. Arvidsson, oh, and looks for the centering pass to Cousins, but he can't get it through. Cousins was crashing the net hard. And now Kawaguchi to Cousins. Arvidsson, ooh, and a stop by Hawk there. Arvidsson to Cousins behind the net. And they'll get pushed on net, and Hawk will keep play going. Draper up to Pekkanen. Now Shero. Shero gets it poked away, and Victor Kawaguchi, first one in it. He'll skate away. CC Jeremiah will dump it in. First one on it is Draper. Draper skates away. Oh, it's picked off by Kawaguchi. Jeremiah, shot, stop. Kawaguchi scores! So the turnover by Draper there in his own zone leads to the goal. This is the captain, Victor Kawaguchi, putting it by Ben Hawk, set up by CC Jeremiah. Another, and we've seen this pretty consistently here tonight on both ends. These shots going off pads and then rebounds going through. Not many shots have just beat goaltenders cleanly. I think the Arvidsson one did. And now Jeremiah up. He'll get it to Kawaguchi. Kawaguchi cutting in. He'll lose it to Slavic. He'll fight for it there, but Slavic gets away. Draper up to Shero. Lyle Shero. Cutting wide. Gets to the corner. Comes out in front. Sokolov stopped by Belotis. He'll keep play going. Rarely see that from Belotis. He's one that likes to just keep that puck in his possession. Jeremiah taken away. It'll be Swisher out to Shero. Shero up to Slavic. He'll get it poked away. Alexanderson. Big Russian defenseman with room to Kawaguchi. Stopped in front. And Olsen couldn't get it on net as he poked it away there. Shero up to Pekkanen. Pekkanen poked away. Alexanderson now on it for Toronto. He'll get it up to Olsen. To Ostergaard. To Marshall. Shot. Oh, and a good stop by Hawk as he's sprawling to make that one. Shero to Slavic. Slavic up to Ellis. Ellis will stop. Get it back to Kovalchuk. It stopped out in front, and Ellis can't get it on net. Goes wide. Ellis was behind. Now to Petrovic. Ellis now cutting in. Shot. He scores! I'm going to have to see a replay of that. I don't know how that beat Belotis. If it was another short side over the shoulder shot, but Deontay Ellis gets on the scoreboard here to make it a 4-3 game. About halfway, a little over halfway through this second period here in Toronto. So we've had a great game so far. Very competitive, up and down action. I think this just kind of proves the parity. Chicago, despite not having a point, competing with one of the top teams in the league here in Toronto. Arvidsson, shot. It's stopped, and Ellis will kick it away from there. Pekkanen up to Ellis. Ellis will get it in. Johansson now. Alexanderson. Escape behind his own net. Will come up. Gets it up to Marshall where he's blown up at the blue line. And we got a fight here. Alexanderson's going to go against Havlicek. They both undercut. Same time, knock each other. Alexanderson tugging Havlicek around there. Havlicek trying to dodge. And he's pounded there. Another shot by Alexanderson. They both uppercut the same time again. Havlicek over the top. Alexanderson, Havlicek. Ooh, they both hit each other and recoil. And Alexanderson puts Havlicek down. So the big Russian able to win that. All right, it is clear and we are ready to go. Sokolov against Medved. Medved wins it away. Costa to Long. Long gets it back to Svensson. He gets it sticked away by Boothman. Vissarion Sokolov will come away with it. He'll enter the blue line. Get to the corner and stop. Looking to center. Gets it to Metz. Centered shot. Stopped by Belotis. Behind the net now. Johansson to Long. Out in front. Svensson gets it away to Johansson. Costa cutting wide. He's against Smirnotov. Gets it behind the net to Medved. Out in front. Johansson. Shoots. And it's glove save by Hawk. Boothman will put it back on net to his own goaltender, and Hawk will hold it there as the Toronto forecheck coming hot and heavy there against the Lakers in their own zone. So Gross will take on Kawaguchi in the face-off dot. And Gross, oh no, comes away with it is Leif Olsen. Does it look like Gross had kicked it back, but Olsen swept in before he could kick it away. Olsen had a chance at the net, but it was stopped by Ben Hawk. Alex Benedict in the corner. CC Jeremiah will come away with it. He'll get it up to Svensson. Svensson stopped at the blue line. Svensson now in. Shot goes wide. Blocked out in front. Smirnotov and Jeremiah fight for it. It'll be Liko Petrovic, and he'll be tripped. CC Jeremiah gonna head to the box here. So again, Chicago finds themselves down a goal again with a power play opportunity. Trip there on Petrovic sends him to the boards. So big opportunity here now for the Lakers. Deontay Ellis. Not able to win it back. Toronto will take it out. So it was Fetisov on the draw for Toronto. Fetisov picks it off. Oh, and a blocker stopped by Hawk on a bad pass by Christian Skov. Skov tries to get it up, and another bad pass there. Allard loses it to Abatangelo. Abatangelo poked away by Allard. Allard, it's stick there. Johansson over to Fetisov. Oh, and it is going to be a penalty. They're going to call a slash there. Touched up by Chicago. So we will go 4-on-4 for a minute and a half. They're going to call interference on Gross. Yeah. Don't exactly love that call. Looked like they're both chasing the puck down. Either way, it'll be a 4-on-4 action here as Kawaguchi takes on Ellis, and Ellis wins it back. It'll be Abatangelo. He'll kick it down low to Ellis. Petrovic now up with it. For another minute, we will have 4-on-4 action. Knocked away. Johansson with it now for Toronto. He'll get it up to Kawaguchi, who's plastered there by Petrovic. Benedict swoops in, gets it to Abatangelo. Roma Abatangelo cutting wide, stops. Ellis, oh, and it just goes wide. Benedict pressed behind the net by Johansson. Johansson away to Kawaguchi. 10 seconds left here on the 4-on-4, and then Toronto will get a abbreviated about 35-second power play. So now it is a power play for Toronto. Johansson up to Jeremiah as he's out of the box. Jeremiah enters, stays wide. Ostergaard to Costa, and it's sticked away by Hawk. Jeremiah up high. Thibault gets knocked down. Olsen, then it comes out of the zone. So Thibault will chase it back. 10 seconds left here on the power play. Costa loses it to Petrovic. Abatangelo will get it away, and that should do it. So the two penalties there will do nothing about it, and we will have Toronto now enter the zone. Up 1. 2.5 minutes left here in the second. Petrovic almost loses it. He does now. Costa has it for Toronto. Behind the net to Ostergaard. Ostergaard out in front. Medved tries to get to his front hand and can't get a shot away. Ellis. Shot. Ooh, and a good stop by Belotis, but he can't stop that one. So Belotis gives up the rebound, and Abatangelo, instead of putting it on net, gets it back to Ellis, who was centered up. And Ellis puts it away for his second goal of the game. Set up by Roma Abatangelo. So a tie game here in the waning minutes of the second period. Ostergaard away for Toronto. He'll trip. Skov. So Chicago will have a power play once it's touched up. But right now they still have possession of the puck. And Hawk. Oh, right as Hawk was about to make it to the net, he will have to skate his way back. The trip there on Finn Ostergaard. Number 37 for the Royals. Pretty obvious play as Skov was trying to skate backwards. Trip there. So Chicago with an opportunity here on the power play to give themselves the lead. Pekkanen will win it back to Metz. Benedict to Mills. Blocker stop by Belotis. Ruthman with it behind his own net. Bowman. It will get out. Draper, first one on it for Chicago. To Mills. Allard sticked away. Allard in front. Oh, and it's just knocked away by Hawk. Good opportunity down low. Alex Mills will have it now for Chicago. Allard with an opportunity shorthanded. Unable to get it to go. And Fetisov will get the turnover, but then will enter in offsides as Allard hadn't quite left the zone for the Royals. As you see there, Toronto with the edge in the faceoff dot, leading 18-11. Kawaguchi here against Pekkanen. And it will come to Olsen. Olsen now shorthanded. Shot gloved by Hawk. And he will keep play going to Abbatangelo. Over to Mills. Mills turns. Loses it for a second. It'll be Kawaguchi. He'll get it out. Abbatangelo with just 7 seconds left here in the period. Pekkanen will lose it for a sec. Metz can't get it through. It'll be Kawaguchi. And then Mills with a good shot on net, and it's blocked away. And that will do it. So we will have carryover time. About 53 seconds if I'm not mistaken. As you saw that goal there, looked like Olsen just got beat by Ellis cutting to the net as we saw the goalie cam there. So a tie game after 40 minutes. Nothing has been settled. Teams even with 26 shots apiece. Toronto with the advantage on hits and faceoff wins. But Chicago with the advantage, and they will have a man advantage for at least 50 seconds left in the third period. So we're going to take a very quick 10-second break, and then we'll be right back with you for the start of the third period. All right, were you counting at home? I'm not sure if that was 10 seconds or not, but we are back anyway. As it is Toronto Royals hockey against the Chicago Lakers here in Toronto, the RBC Center. And the Royals and Lakers tied at 4 as we enter the third and final period. 20 minutes to go. We'll see if either team is able to get away with a win, or if we will head to our first overtime game. We still have yet to have any overtime games in the PIHANA. Ellis now in, loses it to Allard. Allard to Bowman. Bowman tries to clear and it's knocked down. Johansson will then get the puck and get it out for Toronto. Benedict with it behind the net. He'll get it up to Kovalchuk, who has room. Kovalchuk will stop wide. Gross tries to get it across to Ellis, looking for a hat trick tonight, and Johansson will get it out. So I believe that does it for the power play. If not, it's very, very close. Gross. He's tripped up by Fetisov. So they are going to head right back to the power play as Demian Fetisov with the trip in the Chicago zone. The amount of offensive zone penalties here. Fetisov just tripping up Gross there. Sweeps the legs all the way out from underneath the finish forward. So now 2 whole minutes back on the power play. It'll be Medved against Pekkanen. Medved wins it back. Alexanderson will get it out. Chicago again, they are still looking for their first win in the PIHANA. They would be guaranteed if they are able to get to overtime their first point. We'll talk about how the overtime works if we get that far. Mills now up with it. They'll get to the red line. Enters the zone. Mills stops. Stop there. Olsen tries to get it out and can't. Olsen again tries to get it out and it comes on Belotis, and he will just hold it there as he had 2 Lakers bearing down on him. Kawaguchi and Ellis will take the face off. Minute 22 left here on the power play. Benedict tries to get it over to Ellis. Ellis in the corner. Down low. Ellis up top to Draper. Draper will go for a skate. Gets it to Benedict at the point. Ellis, shot. Kovalchuk is gloved. Looked like Kovalchuk had a one-timer opportunity, but he decides to stop and pause for a sec, giving Belotis an opportunity to square him up and able to get it with the glove. So Ellis will now take on Costa in the dot, and Ellis wins it. Kovalchuk tries to get the shot on net and can't get it through. Bowman get it up to Allard, and Allard out. Draper back with it. 2 minutes gone here in the third and final period. We got 45 seconds left on the power play as Deontay Ellis will cut in. Deontay Ellis shot, stopped, and Bowman able to rub him out. Johansson will hit it off the glass and out. Like Ellis had a rebound opportunity. We've talked about the rebound so far tonight. Looked like Ellis had an opportunity, but Bowman able to kind of push him away, push him to the corner behind the net, get it away. Kovalchuk down low, can't get it through. Johansson to Allard. Allard with room will get it out. Just 15 seconds left remaining on the power play. Draper up to Gross. Gross gets bodied there. He'll get it up to Kovalchuk though. Kovalchuk entering the zone. He's watched there by Bowman. Bowman with a stick. And it's Allard who will come up with it, and that will do it. Right as Allard flipped it out, the power play will come to an end. Abatangelo back with it. We are back to even strength 5-on-5 play here. 16:45 left here in the third. Benedict hit there by Johansson. Kawaguchi tries to turn. He'll lose it behind his own net and be the first one on it. Olsen now turning in his own zone to Johansson. He'll get it wide to Jeremiah. Jeremiah will stop, get it to Johansson. He'll try to get it out. And it comes right to Abatangelo for Chicago. Mills with it. He's picked off by Jeremiah. Jeremiah then picked off by Mills himself. Mills losing it. Johansson now with it behind his own net. Toronto looking to create some action here, especially with their top line out. Olsen trying to cut in. He'll go wide. Gets to the corner behind the net to Jeremiah. To Kawaguchi. Kawaguchi bodied there. Kawaguchi slow to get up as it'll be Mills. Poked away by Johansson. Mills looking to center. Abatangelo to Pekkanen. Backhanded shot gets stopped by Belotis. And it'll be Leif Olsen. He'll dump in as they'll go off for a change. Van Ostergaard into forecheck. Sokolov almost picked off by Ostergaard. Poked there at the line by Johansson. He'll retreat as Mills enters the zone. Sokolov now gets tripped up by his own teammate, and then a trip there will come on Cade Swisher as Alex Mills was down. He tripped his own teammate as he was trying to come up in the zone, and then Sokolov ends up tripping there. Right there. I believe it was on Ostergaard. So Toronto now with an opportunity with 13:49 left here to pick up a power play goal to take the lead. Costa wins it back. Olsen, Medved at the dots. Gets it to the bow. Blocked by Havlicek, and he'll get it out. Good defensive play there by Matthias Havlicek. The bow with it. Bow loses it for a second. Now it's over to Costa. Costa will stop at the line, and he's pounded there by Smirnotov. Smirnotov loses it to Ostergaard. Costa, he has room, and he'll stop and turn. Olsen tries to get it down low, and Smirnotov picks it off. Metz enters the zone, poked away by Thibault. Bow over to Costa. Costa to Medved. Medved will get it deep. And it'll be Ostergaard giving up top to Thibault. Now Ostergaard down low, and he scores! It was tipped by DJ Costa, on the way in. Ostergaard with a backhand shot, and Costa able to deflect it home for the power play goal. Set up by Ostergaard and Medved. So a 5-4 game. Fetisov will win it back. It'll be Alexanderson with the puck. Alexanderson up to Ostergaard. He'll lose it to Slavik. Slavik to Pekkanen. Pekkanen poked away. Arvidsson in. He avoids the check of Draper. Ostergaard behind the net. Gets it to the point. Alexanderson will lose it there to Ellis. Alexanderson back on it. Fetisov in the slot. To Johansson. Tipped by Fetisov on net, and Hawk will hold it. Johansson gets it on net, or just gets it towards the slot, and it's tipped by Fetisov, but then able to beat Ben Hawk. Just under 12 minutes left here in the third, with Toronto with a 1-goal lead leading 5-4 here on the Lakers. Fetisov will lose it to Johansson. Excuse me, gets it up to Johansson. Ostergaard to Kawaguchi. He'll go behind the net. He's pressed there by Slavic. Kawaguchi still with control of it, but Sokolov, the first one in to help, and he gets it away. Swisher picked off by Olsen. Alexanderson now up to Kawaguchi. To the center to Olsen. Olsen bodied there by Sokolov. Lyle Sharrow away with it. Sharrow still holding on, and he'll get poked away. Alexanderson now up with it. Goes behind his net up to Johansson. To Kawaguchi. Kawaguchi with room. He'll dump in. First one there is Slavic. Slavic to Sokolov. Sokolov's chased there by 2 Toronto defenders. Sokolov again with it. He's met there by Johansson. Goes to the corner. Sokolov to Skov. Skov gets it down low to Benedict. Back up to Sokolov. Up top to Slavic. Swisher down low. Sokolov to Skov. Good passing here by Chicago, but no one getting it on net. Good coverage here by Toronto, unable to allow a shot through. Slavic was blocked on the shot. Alexanderson with it out front, and he'll kick it over to Johansson to get it away from danger. Olsen gets it sticked away by Benedict. Alex Benedict, 8.5 minutes left here in the third. Cross ice to Gross by the benches. Slavic in the middle. Now to Mills as he enters the zone. He's bodied there. As it is Leif Olsen on him there. The bow. Gets it to Fetisov. Oh, and Fetisov can't get the shot away. And a trip coming here on Fetisov as he just kept fighting for the puck and didn't know really when to stop. So Fetisov, another trip to the box. As it will set up a Chicago power play as they find themselves again, or they found themselves a couple times here tonight, down a goal and on the power play. Ellis will take this drop against Costa. It is one away to Toronto. DeBow will get it out. And it'll be Draper with it. Draper will lose it. Excuse me, to Costa. Costa centering pass to Allard, and Allard couldn't get a shot away. Up top, Sigurdsson blocked away, and it'll be Kovalchuk swooping in to the slot to pick it up. Sigurdsson gets it away from Kovalchuk with the stick check. And it'll be Draper with it to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk poked away by Sigurdsson. And that's going to be a penalty on Semyon Kovalchuk, I believe. Oh no, Deontay Ellis, excuse me. So the captain for the Lakers takes an ill-timed penalty. See, yep. Trips right there. So 4-on-4 for a little bit. And then Toronto will have about a 45-second power play. Won by Kovalchuk, back to Slavic. Slavic hit there by Jeremiah, but he's able to get free. It'll be Kovalchuk in. Tries to center, and Kawaguchi picks it off. Kawaguchi still fighting Kovalchuk with it. Kovalchuk now out in front. Oh, and a pad stop by Belotis as he tries to come around the net and go far side. Draper sticked away. It'll be Kawaguchi now up with it for Toronto. He'll get the red line. He speeds by Gross. Tries to get in on Draper, and Draper shoulders him aside. Kovalchuk, Semyon Kovalchuk. That'll end the 4-on-4, so Toronto now on the power play. They got 40 seconds remaining on it here. Svensson will get it up to Fetisov. Fetisov, who's fresh out of the box. Gets it down low. It'll be Ostergaard out in front. Svensson blocked away. 5.5 remaining here in Toronto. Draper up to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk sends Toronto back. Just 10 seconds remaining here on the power play. Medved will lose it for a second. Gets it up to Costa. Smirnotov. Smirnotov to Skov. That'll do it for the power play. So Chicago back to 5-on-5. Gross to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk cuts in. Stops. Gets it on net. And Belotis will knock it away. Looked like that was more of a centering pass by Kovalchuk. Oh, and another penalty by Ellis. This one, he just slashes the hands of DJ Costa. You can't have that from your captain. Ooh. Disappointing 2 penalties taken there. He's along the boards there against Costa. He just gets the hands in, trying to get the puck back for his team. So Toronto, with a chance to possibly salt this game away, if they're able to get a power play goal here. Metz wins it away. Petrovic. Battle behind the net with Jeremiah. They'll kick it free and it'll come to Thébault. Thébault loses it but is kept in by Olsen. Jeremiah down low to Kawaguchi. Stop. Arvidsson stopped again by Hawk. Two big stops there made by the pad of Ben Hawk. Poked away. It'll be Marko Slavic on it for Chicago. They'll get it up to Havlicek. Havlicek will then flip it in deep. Rides the dasher there for a sec. Thébault up to Kawaguchi. Looks like he has Arvidsson cutting the middle. Bodied there by Metz was Kawaguchi. Slavic now. Bodied by Arvidsson, but shakes free of the hit. Havlicek over to Metz. Alexander Metz. Poked away by Olsen. And Olsen will fight there with Metz. Arvidsson now in on the fight too. Jeremiah pounded there by Slavic. Metz to Havlicek, short-handed. He'll get it poked away. It'll be Jeremiah to Kawaguchi. They have 50 seconds left on their power play. Over to Jeremiah. Jeremiah bodied off the puck, and it'll be Alex Mills swooping in for it. Mills to Slavic. Slavic up to Boothman. Boothman poked away by Arvidsson. Kawaguchi, chance. Glove stop by Hawk. So under 20 seconds left here on the power play for Toronto. Chicago trailing by a goal. Excuse me, 36 seconds. I thought that said 18 last time I looked, but no. Costa to Johansson. Medved stopped. Rebound was left there. Oh, and we're going to have another Chicago penalty late. Oh, my goodness. If shooting themselves in the foot had a logo, it would be the Lakers logo. My goodness. 3 penalties taken here in the last, 6 minutes of action here. Especially when you're trailing by a goal. My goodness. So Costa for they'll have 5-on-3 for 30 seconds. Costa wins the face-off draw. And it was Fetisov with the one-timer. Stopped by Hawk. So Johansson back with it. 15 seconds now. Costa with the stretch pass from Johansson. Costa down low. Fetisov, and it's blocked aside by Hawk. Fetisov now. Another stop by Ben Hawk. Ostergaard battling in the corner. Benedict will swoop in, and he will get it out. Ellis as he exits the box. So minute 25. Meaning if they're able to kill this penalty off, it's going to be quick going for Chicago to see if they can get that equalizer. Ellis will pick that one off. Mills then loses it to Johansson. Down low, it's Costa. He's unable to get an opportunity away as Abitangelo fights with him there. Up top to Johansson. He'll skate in. Svensson bodied there by Mills. Johansson slap shot blocked down in front. Fetisov will get it. Ostergaard out in front. Shot goes wide. Good pressure here by Toronto as Mills picks that one off. They try to go up the boards. Ellis with a short-handed opportunity. Tries to send it to Abitangelo, and it's getting knocked away. Costa now. Costa bodied there. I believe that's Petrovic back there. Ellis sticked away. It'll be Fetisov on it. 25 seconds left here on the power play. Costa cross ice to Ostergaard. Ostergaard to Fetisov. Fetisov can't get a shot away as he was in the slot. Ostergaard by the goal line. Johansson shoots it wide. Ostergaard blocked away. Petrovic getting it away from play there. 5 seconds left here on the power play. Costa in. Johansson wide. Fetisov tries to get a shot away and he can't. So Chicago now with just a minute remaining down a goal. Mills tries to get it down low and it's picked off. Johansson up to Ostergaard. He'll be dumped in. First one there will be Draper for Chicago. He'll try to skate up. So he gets free Ostergaard. Alex Mills. Mills to Benedict, and there goes Hawk. Benedict behind the net. Oh, and Draper with the shot, and Belotis will hold it there. So just under 42 seconds left here in Toronto. We have got a 5-4 game. Chicago has pulled Ben Hawk in favor of the extra attacker. Ellis against Fetisov. Big face-off coming here. Fetisov wins it away. Alexanderson stopped there along the boards. It'll be Ellis. Ellis away with it. Tries to make a move, and it's blocked away. Arvidsson. Shot goes wide. Draper will pick it up. It'll be Ellis now. Deontay Ellis poked away. Arvidsson, another opportunity. Can't get the shot away. Now Arvidsson sticked away again. Just 20 seconds left here in Toronto. Pekkanen entering the zone. Pekkanen wide. Draper, shot gloved by Belotis. And he will hold there. So 12.8 remaining here in an electric RBC Center. The fans on their feet. Ready to see a Toronto win. Kawaguchi wins it away. Johansson will get it up to Alexanderson. He'll get it up to Jeremiah. Jeremiah will dump in. And that will probably do it. That will salt it away. Ellis to Kovalchuk. They will not get a shot away. And that does it. So the Royals at home here at the RBC Center are able to come away with a 5-4 victory here at home. So Chicago, disappointing as it may be, finds themselves 0-3 after a crushing defeat here. They enter the period tied. They give up a power play goal and then unable to get one back even with the extra attacker and a power play late. So it was the tip by Costa that will be the game-winning goal here tonight in Toronto. So, folks, we got one more game left tonight, and it is going to be a battle for the top of the American Division as the Detroit Trappers head to Minnesota. So, we will send you out there in a sec. If you want to stick around here for post-game coverage, we'll be right back with you in about 10 seconds. All right, welcome back, folks. We are back with post-game coverage as the Toronto Royals able to come up with the 5-4 win over the Chicago Lakers here at home. A very hotly contested game, one of the better games we've seen on this young season. Toronto able to come away with the win and put themselves tied with Calgary for second in the Canadian division. So, Chicago 34 total shots, Toronto 35 hits, 43 for Toronto, 28 for Chicago. Face-offs again heavily favoring Toronto. And then the power plays, both teams with 7, both teams netting 2, so that was even. So, honestly, a very evenly played game, able to be won by the Royals tonight. So let's go to the stats. And we'll start with the home team on the scoreboard, the Toronto Royals. Victor Kawaguchi with a goal. No multiple point getters, just a lot of single points. So we'll just do a quick scroll down. Only 6 players without a point tonight. So we have Kawaguchi with a goal, Jeremiah Olsen and the Bow with an assist, Marshall and Arvidsson with goals apiece, Svensson Medved assists, Cousins and Costa with goals. Costa ended up getting the game-winning goal. Allard with an assist, Ostergaard with an assist. Then we have our top 2 defensemen, Alexanderson and Johansson, with no points. Fetisov, no points. Sigurdsson, Bowman, and Long with no points. We look at our plus-minuses, Kawaguchi, Jeremiah, Arvidsson, Svensson with pluses. Allard with a plus, Cousins with a plus, so that fourth line, or I guess that sort of manufactured maybe fourth, I don't know, of Fetisov, Cousins, and Allard. I think that might be their fourth line, but Darren Long I thought was on that fourth line, and I didn't see him out there very much. But either way, Toronto able to come away with the win as their 2 big defensemen tie with 11 hits, Alexanderson and Johansson. So now to the goaltending, Belotis. Still gives up 4 goals, but is able to have an .882 save percentage on 34 shots, so not a terrible performance from Zigmars Belotis, the Latvian goaltender. Toronto, their next game, will be hosting Boston in a couple days, so they'll have a day off. So we'll see if it'll be Daniil Scotts or Belotis. We have not seen Scott since opening night when he was pulled in favor of Belotis, and it has been Ziggy in goal ever since. So that is it for the Toronto Royals. We'll head now across the screen to the Chicago Lakers. So Deontay Ellis with 3 points in the game, 2 goals, 1 assist, and a +1. Those 4 penalty minutes, those are going to loom large as those came late in the game when Chicago had opportunities to try to get the tie. Kovalchuk a goal and an assist, and then assists down the board for Abitangelo, Gross, Mills, Petrovic, and Metz, and then Folke Pekkanen also with a goal. So again, that top D pair of Slavic and Draper, both with minuses and both without a point. Benedict, I think you need something more out of him. Boothman, Swisher, Havlicek's a defensive-minded guy, so it's not terribly surprising. Smirnotov, your defenseman, Skov. So, you look at it for Chicago, the guys that were at the top of the score sheet are who you need to be there. You have Ellis with 2 goals, Kovalchuk with a goal, Abitangelo, one of your better offensive defensemen, with an assist. Gross on your top line. Mills, one of your guys that you're going to lean on. Metz, while two-way forward, I think he has some good offensive potential. You'd like to see Benedict up there, and you'd like to maybe see Tyrone Draper up there as well. But overall, I think Chicago you're going to be disappointed with the loss, and there's no moral victories in the PIHANA, but I think they did a good job tonight and were able to be close with a good Toronto Royals team. Sorry, we got one more thing to do. We're going to take a look at the goals scored tonight. So we go to the first period. Marshall with the icebreaker, then answered by Pekkanen about 6 minutes later. Arvidsson, and then Cousins right before the end of the first period to make it a 3-1 game. Second period favoring Chicago as Kovalchuk gets one by, then Kawaguchi making it a 4-2 game, and then 2 goals, boom, boom, right back-to-back as Ellis scoring right there from Petrovic and Kovalchuk, and then from Abbatangelo. And then the third period, the only goal, 13 minutes left in the period. DJ Costa tipped home on the shot by Ostergaard and Fadir Medved. So, a good game for Toronto. Another win, again, puts them now tied for second with the Stallions of Calgary, and for Chicago, and now puts them at 0-3, now behind Boston, behind New York, behind Detroit and Minnesota, depending on, no matter who loses that game tonight, puts them all the way back in 5th place in the American Division. So, disappointing night for Chicago, but they will be back at it again here in a couple nights, I believe. Yes, they will be at New York. Day off tomorrow, and then at New York, so another opportunity against an American foe. See if they're able to get that first win on the young season. So, we are going to now send you out to our final game of the quintuple header out to Minnesota, where the Norse will host the Detroit Trappers. Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you next time.